Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Midwest Fresh Podcast. I am Callie Estrada.
I'm Erica Bowler.
And we are back with another amazing guest here with us. We have Cara Decker. And she just has a great story. And we're super excited to kind of see how, at such a young age, that she has been able to have such success in owning her own business. So, yeah, Cara, do you want to kind of take it away from there?
Good afternoon. Thank you guys for having me.
Of course. Yeah, so if you want to kind of talk about like where you kind of started in your career, a little bit about like you.
So I'm born and raised in Wichita, Kansas. So I've lived here my whole life. I was a teacher for 6 years. So
what grade did you teach?
I taught second grade and then first grade. So the little ones.
So
I loved
cute.
it. But yeah, I've always kind of had a heart for the humanitarian work and knew I always wanted to do something where I was giving back to the community. So I thought that was a really good fit right out of high school, going into college for education. But then about 2 years ago, I just knew I wanted to try something else, have a bigger impact. And so about a little over a year ago, I had this really opportunity to take over a tutoring center. So I currently am the director there at Kumon Math and Reading Center, and I love it. It's been a great change.
Okay, that's awesome. So you had the opportunity. How did that come about? Just hear about it, or?
Honestly, I mean, I did hear about it. Yes, it was a total God thing because I'd been praying on it. Do I want to leave teaching? I loved it so much. But I just knew, when if you don't absolutely love what you're doing, it's kind of time to start looking for something else. So I was just looking around, and then this opportunity opened up. It was the perfect timing. I could train throughout the summer right after school got out, and then I started up last October. So I just hit my 1 year mark.
Nice. Congrats.
Thank
That's
you.
Awesome. So what was kind of, what brought you away from being a teacher? That's something that's so like interesting. I when I was younger, I always wanted to be a teacher because I thought it would be so cool and like, whatever. But what, people have a real passion for it. And I feel like maybe you did as well. So what took you away from being a teacher to be a business owner?
So I always have that passion for, education and children for sure. But I was starting to feel like I wasn't doing enough. And, it was just starting to wear me down. I felt like I was a little bit closed in inside the classroom. I had so many things I wanted to do for the children, for the community, but our hands are tied with a lot of things. So I decided, what else can I do with my background, my education background, where I can have a bigger impact? And that is what truly I love about my new position is that I feel like I have a bigger impact, a bigger influence. I can partner with different businesses around town. We can do more things for the community that I wouldn't have been able to do as a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
What age group are you now with? Or
we are all ages, 3 years old through seniors in high school.
Oh, awesome.
Yes.
How many people are in the...
We have a little over 200 students.
Wow.
So, yeah, it was a big jump. Honestly, it was going from 20 students in a classroom to 200 plus students, 15 employees that I'm managing. So it was definitely a big leap of faith for sure.
Well, that's awesome. I'm looking for a place for my daughter, so I'm like making notes.
Yes, no, we'll have to chat later.
Just reading?
Reading and math.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, she needs both.
It's the perfect time, with the past few years, everyone's trying to get caught back up, and it's perfect time.
It's hard because she went from a public school to a private school, so there's a gap still, even though they've done a great job. She's advanced in her age, but there's still a gap. So I feel like for all kinds of different reasons. But what do you, I guess, recommend for someone like getting started? What do they just go and talk to you? Is that just
they give me a call, we'll schedule an appointment, and then we'll get someone all set up. So just go to our website, give me a call, and we go from there.
Awesome. I love that you're able to reach so many more people now.
Yes.
Definitely seems like you have a much bigger impact.
Much bigger impact. My ultimate goal is, one day we could do maybe like a scholarship type of program or something like that, because I did teach in a very low income area in the Wichita district. And so I do know what that's like just a few minutes away from here. So my goal is that we can, everyone has math and reading tutoring accessible to them. So that's my ultimate goal.
Okay, awesome.
Is it mainly like an after-school program, or is it like all throughout the day since you're working with such a wide range of students?
It's an after-school supplemental program. But we go all year round, so students can go all through the summer. So they come after school for about 30 minutes to an hour.
Nice. So Kumon is it franchise?
It is a franchise, yes.
Okay. So how did you kind of learn about Kumon, and what kind of made you you're like, oh my gosh, I just totally believe in this company? And because joining a franchise can sometimes be kind of scary.
Definitely. So what I loved about the fact that I was going into a franchise was I knew I'd have a lot of support. Mm-hmm. So I have field consultants I can call. They're always, inviting me to Zoom sessions. So I knew I would have support rather than just starting my own business from scratch. And so I've really enjoyed learning the business aspect of things as well. It's taught me a lot. Mm-hmm. I've had some trial and error type of things, but overall it's made me realize, I can expand one day, maybe creating my own nonprofit or something like that, now that I have some of this business knowledge.
Did you buy it then? Are you?
So I'm a shareholder in it, and I do have another financial backer as well. Okay. So we went in on it together, and she's the main financial backer. And then she was kind of like, "This is going to be your baby. Like, I want you to take over this." So
I love that.
Yeah. So I'm the one, there during the day with the students and all of that. So it's been a big learning curve for sure.
Does she handle a lot of the business stuff? Because I can't imagine going from teaching into business ownership, what that jump was like.
Right. No, I mean, I love it the way we've kind of worked things out. And when we were buying it from the previous owners, she was really involved, obviously, because she's an entrepreneur in town as well. So she gave me a lot of great advice on how to deal with that aspect of buying the franchise. But now that, it's new ownership, she's completely hands off, unless I give her a call, and then she's always there, her and her husband as well, to help me. But at first, I was constantly calling her, trying to get advice, and now I'm realizing, okay, I can kind of do this, and then last resort is give her a call if needed.
Nice.
Have you, do you also tutor, or are you kind of back end operations?
I'm the director, so I handle all the students' learning plans. And kind of to circle back to your last question, that is truly what made me fall in love with it, because every child has their own individual learning plan. And that was something that was hard as a teacher, because you're kind of trying to keep them all at the same pace. But there they can progress, as soon as they master a skill. So we have, third graders working on sixth grade math material. It's just super cool. So I'm in charge of all of their learning plans, and then overseeing the assistants who are working with the students, and I'm always just kind of communicating with parents and students with their goals and progression.
How do you qualify the tutors? Are they high school? Are they high school students, college, adults with a teaching background, or?
We have all different ages. We have several high schooler students, and most of them have actually been Kumon students. So I love hiring them just for part-time, and they come after school and help. But then we have up to, retired teachers. We have several who are in college right now to become teachers. So a lot of them have educational backgrounds. But then, it's just kind of, the process is just a very lengthy interview process and then training. So they have to know the Kumon material and how to explain that to the students. And my big thing is relationships. So, building those relationships with students before, they're not going to want to learn from you if they don't have a good relationship.
Right.
Absolutely.
So last week we had Fayola on.
Yes.
So I had asked him for a couple of questions that maybe he would like me to ask that he thought would give us a good answer. So one of them was going from teaching to owning, which we kind of already talked about. The other one was, what kept you in Wichita? I feel like it's so interesting. For myself, I'm close to my family, so I moved to Manhattan for 9 months, but I was born and raised in East Wichita. I've just never strayed away from it. So it's always interesting hearing what kept other people here. So what is kind of...
So I'll be honest, I almost left a few years ago.
Where were you going to go?
So random. I had a teaching job in Nashville, Tennessee. I was like so excited. It was right before COVID hit, about a year before COVID hit. So it turns out it was a blessing in disguise.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I was just ready to just see new scenery and all of that. But God closed the door on that one. But I was confused. I was like, why? Not that I don't have anything going on here, but why not start a new adventure? And so what kept me, I did meet Fayola shortly after that door closed. So then obviously he's very involved in the community here. But really it's a mindset thing. Once you decide for yourself, I'm going to make the most of, my career, my relationships, where I'm at, then that's when things started to flourish. And so I feel like it's great to get out of your hometown and things like that. But if you're just kind of running from some things, they'll always catch up to you. So once you decide, I'm going to make the most of it, then that's where you really learn the most.
Did you teach through COVID?
I did.
So you were all like remote?
Yes.
What was your experience with that?
That was tough. First graders on all remote.
Plus poor parents, like having to be there trying to help them.
Yes, I felt so bad. And a lot of them, they have a bunch of siblings. So they're sitting at a table and you can hear, the fifth grade teacher on the other laptop, and it was just kind of a mess, but it was fun for a little bit, and then I was very happy to go back to the classroom.
Yeah. So what have been some of the opportunities that have opened for you since post-COVID, other than just, being running Kumon?
Definitely. So Fayola and I are very involved in the community, and he's always onto something new. So I just try to keep up with him, really. So any way I can. We've had some really awesome partnerships with restaurants, businesses. Just spreading. Really, we just want to spread the good news of Wichita, and we're growing. Wichita's growing, so we want to just share all the good things that Wichita has to offer. So those have been some opportunities that have opened up where we can go kind of promote some places. And then, like I was saying, with Kumon, partnering with some businesses, like we're about to do kind of a fundraiser thing to start a scholarship program. And yeah, it's been really cool getting to know some of the members in the community.
Will it be a scholarship for college or?
No, it will be for a student who could use the after school tutoring, but might not necessarily be able to afford it. And so we're going to kind of test it out with some things and see how that goes, where they can come for free or a discounted rate and have the same opportunities.
That's awesome. I love that.
What would be, so you're obviously very young. What would be your advice to a young woman starting in a business?
I would say your circle. Surround yourself with positive influences, people who are already successful, because, the quote is, if you're surrounding yourself with 5 successful people, you're going to be the 6th one. And, definitely Fayola had an impact in that, but also lots of other friends and people around me. So I would just say, make sure your friends are not just they're listening to your problems, but they're pushing you, they're helping you reach your goals.
You talked about, having people push you. You and Fayola you guys are such different personalities. Like, I feel like you're like, I'm just going to stay at home, like, in my pajamas, like, watch a movie, open a bottle of wine. We ran into Fayola and Cara at the CanStar Casino. He was in, like, a suit, and she was in, like, a hoodie and, like, pajamas. She was like, I was like, I never would have guessed to run into you guys here at the casino.
Was so random.
And he had just gotten back from the KU game that day, and he was like, let's go to the casino, like, feeling lucky. And I'm like, what is going on? And she's like, I just rolled out of bed. I don't know what I'm doing here.
No, that is literally our personality all summed up right there. I am more known for like a relaxed, like chill personality, very like caring heart. And then he's obviously very outgoing, go, go, go. But I love it. It's really, you know, we balance each other out very well. And
You push each other out of your comfort zones.
exactly. You know, I can be kind of complacent at times because I just like to be happy and relaxed and stay in my little bubble. But that's where he has pushed me. And then on the opposite edge, I tell him, hey, you need to sleep today. You need to rest. And so we kind of balance each other out.
I love that. So
How did you guys meet?
Oh, we met at a wedding. Yes, one of my teacher friends. And then he went to college with her. So we met there.
just love ever since.
I guess.
How long have you guys been together?
A little over 3 years. Right.
Tick, tick, tick. Yes. No, I love your guys' relationship and seeing you guys really push each other, not only in personal life, but also in business.
Oh, thank you.
I think that your guys' balance just makes sense. You know, like you're just really, you calm him out and he kind of pushes you out of your bubble. And I love, you know, seeing you guys do like promotions together, and I see you wearing your Kendra Scott, and I love like the little like commercials you've done for them. And I think that you guys are building an empire together, you know, separately and together. So I think that's really beautiful to see. I mean, do you have any?
Yeah. So you just going back to, you said the support, you know, find the right like group of people. So would you have a recommendation for if you were starting a business and you were looking for a group of people that, you know, just to kind of lean on and get some business, entrepreneurship, whatever, was there somewhere you went?
Oh, well, I did have a big advantage, I would say, Fayola, because he got me involved in a lot of networking, you know, just going to dinner parties and things like that, networking, just like ladies like yourself, you know, just getting to know you, building those relationships. And I would just say people who will mention your name if they hear an opportunity that they think you could benefit from. You know, they don't keep those away from you. So, yeah, networking. I know there's a lot of, I honestly need to get better at that. I know there's a lot of like groups and clubs and they meet regularly, but yeah.
I'll definitely keep you in the loop.
Yes.
I feel like I always get invites and stuff like that. So I have a couple of people, they're like, I need to get out there networking. And I'm like, I mean, there's a whole bunch. You know, like, I feel like
Ask
you
her.
would really.
She'll drag you around the whole room. Like, this is so-and-so.
I do.
This is so-and-so. Like, thank God for her. Because I'm not, like, I'm the person who's like, I mean, I make myself get out of the shell, where she's just like, okay, let's go talk to everybody.
I need to be better at like the timing, because I can get stuck talking to one person the whole time, and you know, we'll just connect.
I can too.
And I'm like,
though,
I need to be like,
that.
okay, 10 minutes, time's up. I need to go to the next person.
Like, I feel like we have here at Groover, there's 1 million cups, and it's a lot of like, it's companies that come and talk for like 15, 20 minutes. I think that'd be really cool for you to come and talk.
Yes.
They really need people, more people to come and like speak to the group. But
cool.
It's a lot of like startups, people doing unique things. So I think, you know, now that we're back into like the full swing of school, kind of going into second quarter, right?
Yes.
Second quarter starting. Yeah. That would be a kind of a good time. Like, now is kind of a time where like, okay, like if you're not kind of clicking now in your grades, like you kind of gotta.
First parent teacher conferences are over. You know, we kind of know.
My palms started sweating when you said parent teacher conferences. Erica does not believe me that I was a bad student.
No.
Like, I would have been the student at Kumon like every night.
I would try to channel that, you know, like the talkative students. I'm like, you know, channel that. You're going to be, you need that one day. I don't want to just tell you stop talking, but channel that energy.
Yeah, but I had a friend that came for the first time, and he was like, you know, talking to people, but I'm like, say what you do. Like, what's your name? like go tell them. You're just like talking, but like, you know, like, hi, I'm Callie with Midwest Fresh Homes. But like, you know, you have to like, you know, you're there for a reason. It's to network and to build your business and connections. But I'll definitely make sure and invite you to the next 1 million cups. It's really cool. So,
and the accountability, because it's easy to be like, I'm too busy. Because we are, right? We're running businesses. We have tons of things we're managing. But if somebody's like, okay, you're coming, you know, and then you're like, yes, you're right. It's important. I go.
Definitely.
Even like, I always
hold you accountable.
Yeah. I try to do like 2 networking events a week and kind of prioritize them. And see what I'm going to get the best benefit from is kind of like my new thing. Because I feel like I was just saying yes to everything for a long time. And sometimes like right now, like we do need to prioritize some of our time to you know, we have to make money, obviously, to be able to do the networking things. So, but 1 Million Cups is definitely one that I really love going to. Even if it's since I work here, I can just kind of like go over network and then like go back to the office. It's like, you know, 15, 20 minutes just like connecting with people that, you know, aren't just Erica and Ashley that are in our office. So especially like being here in like co-working space, like it's so good to like, hey, what are you working on? You know, like go grab coffee and someone's over there. And I'm like, oh, how's it going? Like, what's your business like? You know, how are you like shifting with the market right now? Like
if we walk around after this, like my first time here at Grover Labs, I'm like, this is so cool. I could just talk to people for hours.
That's why we really love it, is because of the energy here, and it just builds you up. And I'm sure like, you know, working with, you know, 15 other people, you can kind of like go off each other's energy and stuff like that, where in what we do, it's just most of the time like by yourself, realtor, like in your car, like to go food.
You
like
need
you
that
just
human interaction.
Oh yeah, for sure. Do you have anything you wanted to add
just
or ask?
one more thing, maybe about balance, like because when you take on, you know, a business, have you found it hard to not just give all of your time to that and like balance things?
Yes, that was honestly my number one struggle when I took over. I'm a very routine person. So as a teacher, I knew exactly, you know, when school starts, when it ends. I had my routine down, when I was going to go to the gym, all of that stuff. And then what I love about my new position is that it's flexible, but at the same time, it kind of threw my whole balance off. So the first few months, I would say about the first 3 months, it was rough. And like, you know, family and friends were like, hey, you're constantly working 60 plus hours a week. Like which is fine. I'm all for working 60 hours a week if you're not getting burnt out. And I didn't want to get burnt out super fast. So then I kind of had to reevaluate, like, when do I close the laptop? When, you know, what day of the week am I going to say this is going to be my day? Otherwise I could work 7 days a week. As I'm sure you guys can relate as well. So balance, I would say Faye and I, especially like for, you know, for our date nights and things like that, we plan them out in advance. And our relationship, just because we're both so busy, like it's kind of funny, but we do like calendar invites for like dates. And it's just,
like that's you.
We have to, you know, like, hey, this Friday night we're, you know, at 5 o'clock, we're going to meet up. Exactly. Yeah. And so we just put it in the calendar invite and just stick to that. So just making the time and effort.
Nice. I love it. It is tough.
Anything that you want to kind of add or like you need an ask for or?
Oh, I mean, not really. I'm just so honored to be here. Thank you, ladies.
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
is so fun.
Anytime. And we'll definitely like tag you and everything and tag Kumon and everything so that way they can find you.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. And get you out in the community and, you know, Weeba and Chamber and everything. So.
Oh, yeah. There's the Weeba thing we just heard about.
Yeah. They're doing like a disc profile thing. So.
Next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it'd be really
here?
Cool. Yeah, at the
it's going to be here too? Oh,
building?
No, at the Ruffin building.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for listening in. If you need to find any information on Kumon, do you guys have like a website?
We have a website, yes.
Okay, awesome. Is it just
Kumon, Wichita East.
KUMON?
Yes.
.com? Okay.
Yes.
Or Wichita East?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Well, if you need any information there, you can always reach out to Cara or stop into one of their tutoring centers.
Yes, come see me.
And we will see you guys on the next podcast.